Hello and welcome to today's crystal ball reading. um, so you have the crystal ball, you have Akashic Tarot, and Unity Oracle, and love cards. So that's what we have today. Do have a few more cards. So feel free to choose cards or ask questions for the crystal ball. If you can hear a very loud noise, it's very windy here. It's very, very windy. Hello! I'll go back over the cards in a moment when we have a few people in. Risha, hello and welcome. Hello and welcome. I hope you are well. Sid, welcome back. Welcome back. So, just another crystal ball. I'll go over the cards in a moment when we have a few more people in. Feel free to ask your questions for the crystal ball. On the last stream I did, my internet cut off, so we'll just happens. I thought I ran out, but it seems okay now. It may be the wind. If you can hear that loud noise, it's very, very windy, but I hope you can hear me okay. So, cards. Akashic, True Love, and Unity Oracle. Unity Oracle as well. So feel free to choose from the cards. And hello, welcome everybody. Miss Venus, my question, are the greys you picked up gone? And also, what were they involved with me specifically? Were they involved with me specifically? And what were they doing here, okay? Yeah, it definitely seems like an attempted abduction. It seems like an attempted abduction. It seems like you were saved, or protected, I should say, by your own guides. But yeah, I would say I do feel that they are gone at this moment. I do feel that they were kind of scared off almost in a way. Sid, when I heard N's voice last night, did I mishear what he said? Yes, I guess a yes on that. Risha says, how will be my tomorrow's exam of spectroscopy? It's an auxiliary exam. Okay, if I pronounce things wrong, I'm sorry, but we'll still do the question. So, how will be the exam tomorrow? Okay. I get very, very positive energy on that, so best of luck to you for that exam. I get very positive energy. Miss Venus says, it's thoughts, twin flames, thoughts and feelings for me. Okay. I would say the feelings are the same. I would say there's attraction, there's care, there's a deep connection that can be felt. But I do feel that there's not a lot of thought to you. I feel like you're all pushed out of the mind a little bit, suppressed thoughts more so. The feelings are there, but yeah, it's like they're ignored, pushing you out of the mind, I would say. Risha, what are the feelings of Rajov towards me? Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Yeah, I'm getting really positive energy with that as well. I feel like there's definitely an attraction, some kind of attraction and connection there. Sid says, will me and N engage in sacral activities when we astral travel together? Yes, I get a yes on that. Maya, hello. Maya, I think I have yet to reply to your email. I will do that. Akashic for Maya. They are. So you have the in crescent moon. So it can be a message for you to not be, it can be, sometimes it's just saying don't be such a perfectionist. Open your mind to other things, open your mind to things not being perfect or complete, or, you know, it's like, I can give the example of someone who wants to write a book or something, you know, but they just don't want to put it out there because they just don't feel it's perfect yet. You know, it's more about opening up to the fact that everybody has faults and things like that, and just put what you want out there without too much worry. Not too much perfectionism is bad, because if we're too much of a perfectionist, we end up delaying putting things out there. We end up kind of stagnant a little bit. So if you're being too much of perfectionist, it can be a message for that. But sometimes it's a male in your life. Sometimes it's talking about a man who's too picky over women. He's looking for perfection. He's being too picky, but he's going to open up to the idea that the perfect person that maybe is in his mind doesn't really exist. So it can go either way. It can be you being the perfectionist, or it can be a man in your life. So it's just to think about how that resonates most for you. Think Jada, hello, welcome. Miss Mia says, why did they attend with me specifically? I feel like I have been very clear about my sovereignty. Yeah, I feel like it was quite a bold move, but I do feel like there's certain things that you're doing on your journey of spiritual progression that they want to observe. So they want to observe some things that in your energy, in your system. Jasmine says, is the guy from Gabe's and High Level Summit both coming to give me options to choose from, or why are they both coming around if they are both good options? Okay. Yeah, it seems to be a bit more about making sure there definitely is something on the path. So maybe you miss one opportunity accidentally, but it's to kind of make sure there's definitely something on the path, I would say. Unity Oracle for Maya. There we are. So you have the infinite heart. You have the heart of an angel. So keeping your heart chakra protected, but not only protected, I would say it's not just about keeping it protected, it's about not letting people who abuse your kindness and abuse your good energy, not letting them bring that down. When we get taken advantage of too much, we can close our heart chakra a little bit. We can get trust issues and things like that. Keep your heart chakra open. The good people are coming to you. Risha, you're welcome. Suns. Let's do one for Suns. Here you are. So you have possibilities. Follow the nudges of your intuition. So there's a lot of options coming up for you. You have to be very intuitive about where you're going and the choices that you're making. Your intuition is going to come to the forefront and it is going to try to guide you. So although there might be a lot of possibilities that might feel overwhelming, make sure you're going with that one that feels right, you know? The one that feels right. Maya says, does all of that want to be my friend? I guess a yes on that. Hey, hello! Manu, hello, welcome. Say subscribe and support. Thank you. Sorry, chewing gum. So, yes, please do subscribe. So if you are new, I'm Venus and this is Secret Frequencies. And I do readings like this all the time, trying to come on as much as possible. So we have Crystal Ball today with some oracle cards. Akashic, Love, and Unity. So very nice cards. AA sees Ash's thoughts for Eliza today. Few but positive. So you're not on the mind too much, but it's positive. Risha says, what are the feelings of my father towards me? There's some kind of feeling of there's pride and there's happiness and there's, you know, contentment. There's also a feeling of you can do a bit better. Sid says, will I get woken up early as 8 a.m. tomorrow morning when the aircon people come? Getting a no to 8. A love card for Miss Venus. Oh. Worthiness. So you are worthy. Yeah, so it's the worthiness, and I think with worthiness as well, it's like we don't want to set you onto a path of just anyone. We want someone who you are deserving of, and it's recognition that you are worthy and that you are highly deserving. So it's not about just throwing anyone onto the path. It's about ensuring it's that right person, that worthy person now, because you've had enough of unworthy people on the path. AA says, what does Asha love about me? Love about Eliza? It's quite a holistic feeling, you know, it's like looks and personality. It's kind of like feeling like there's a bit of a good package there, you know. Jasmine says, I'm trying to understand why I'd have to choose one or the other between the two of them. I feel like it'd be a tough choice. Yeah, I don't really feel like it's about choice. I feel like it's making sure you're definitely aligned onto one path or the other. Um, they may not both come in on the same path. Sarumi says, what's the next significant event to happen in my life going to be related to? Okay. Connections with people, so it could be a friend. Feels a bit more like a platonic energy. Sid says, if I go to bed before 11 p.m. tonight, will I be able to fall asleep before 2 a.m.? I guess a yes on that. Jan, hello, welcome. Why are Caden and Em back to daily hanging after the upset they had on the 14th? Yeah, it just feels like they've made up and it feels like quite a good energy between them now. Maya says, will Oliver try to have a peaceful friendship with me? Yes, I get a yes. Ace is called for my career. Let's do Unity Oracle then. I don't know if it will link directly to career, but you have love. Okay, it doesn't want to give you career, it wants to give you love. Be the love that you are. So it's all about the love that you deserve and the love vibration that you're giving out coming back to you. You know, because sometimes we give out a lot of love, but we get someone who maybe doesn't feel the same. Their feelings aren't as strong. So with this card, it's all about getting someone on the path who rarely resonates and has the same feelings for you as you do for them. Maya says, does Misha regret sabotaging our friendship? Yes, I guess a yes on that. Jan says, do you see this period of them hanging daily lasting, or is it just short and he'll be back to distancing from her again? I feel it lasting. I feel it lasting right now. It feels like lasting energy. Jake, hello and welcome. Thank you for the alphabet. Sunshine, welcome. Shweta, hello. Miss Venus, did they attempt a physical abduction or more like an astral thing? Yeah, I'm guessing astral. Card of my choice for Jan. Let's do true love for Jan. There you are. So this is your true love card, and it says spiritual maturity. You're on the path of spiritual growth right now, and love will be on the path at some point. It will become clear, but it's more about your spiritual growth at the moment. Firebird, hello. Olivia, hello. Firebird says, what reservations does Scorpio have of me? Reservations, so you mean like things that are keeping him from being close to you? It doesn't necessarily feel like reservations. It just feels more like this person has interest elsewhere more so than with you. Olivia says, will I be having a good place to work very soon? So I'm guessing a no on very soon. So I feel like it will be at least 3 months. Shweta says, will the swelling on my right lip line on its own? It's just a minor thing that happens due to seasonal change, or will I have to go to the doctors only then it will heal? How much time will it take to heal? Okay, so again, with medical and health related questions, I always recommend checking with the appropriate healthcare professionals. Always give a disclaimer on that. You know, we're looking after our mind, body and spirit here. We're not focusing only on spirit. So let's also, you know, go to the appropriate healthcare professionals, whether that's mental health, physical health, or anything like that. But we'll still do the question. So it is, will you need to go to the doctors or will it heal on its own, basically? I am seeing healing on its own. I would say be very gentle with her, you know, be careful of putting any, you know, touching it with dirty hands and things like that. But yeah, I would say it looks like it can heal on its own. Jan says, is there any other lessons he has to learn before meeting other than the one he's currently learning, which is missing when he's wrong? I guess a no on that. Firebird says, what did Miss W do in taking credit for my work? I'm not sure of the question. Do you mean, are you asking like, did they take credit for your work? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Miss Venus says, I'm feeling my energy kind of activated since yesterday and today too. Kind of anxious. Can you see what's going on with my energy field? Okay. Well, the protections and the connections to guides is very, very heightened. So your guides are a lot closer at the moment, kind of with you, and your protection is very, very high. So you may be feeling that. Firebird say, oh, we have a super chat. Thank you, Sid. I greatly appreciate that. What time will I be woken up by the aircon people? Any card of your choice. Okay, so what time? I'm guessing more like around 9:30. And let's do a Unity for Sid. Oh, you have dolphins. I like, oh, and that resonates with woman talk and energy as well. Building conscious community. Never underestimate the power of community. So keeping with the communities, connecting with new people, just making friends, you know, nurturing old relationships and making new ones, you know? So that's very nice. Firebird says, what's the senior boss R thought of me? There's a bit of, I would say there's a bit of being impressed a bit, so it seems quite nice. Jan says, why did she crash out last night? Is he going to see this as a reason to distance from her? There's definitely a fed up energy over the way she acts sometimes, but the energy is pretty close at the moment. It seems like they're handling things pretty well. So hello and welcome. If you are new, I am Venus. This is Secret Frequencies, and I do readings like this all the time. So subscribe, send in your questions. You can ask any specific question you like for the crystal ball. Just make sure it's quite specific, not too broad, not too open. We have Akashic Tarot. We have Unity Tarot, or Unity Oracle, and we have True Love Oracle as well. Shweta says, is my sis in Law Sapna Singh? Rarely simple, innocent, and aloof as she portrays to be, or is she rarely clever, manipulative, cunning, and selfish? Her intentions towards us. Okay. So I'm resonating much more with the innocent kind of energy. I don't think there's manipulation going on. I wouldn't say that. Olivia says, where will I meet my special person? I'm actually guessing like a daytime kind of establishment. I would say maybe like a cafe or a coffee shop kind of thing. Miss Venus says, I'm not sure if this question was answered before. When am I most likely to meet my soulmate, and do you get a name or initial? I am guessing March. I think I've gotten March before, but I'm not guessing initials at the moment. Firebird says, what is drawing Scorpio to the other interests? I just say mainly physical attraction. Jasmine, sorry. So from what you're saying, if the guy from Gabe's comes and we get to talking and stuff, path with the high level soulmate is going to go away, or is his the better choice, then he should come first? Feels more like yeah, I would say, so you're asking if are you asking who's coming first? So if the guy from Gabe's comes, we get to talking and stuff, the path of the high level soulmate going to go away, okay. Not necessarily, but it's possible. It's possible. If you really click and you really focus on this person, then you may be focused on that person and miss the other opportunity because you won't be looking for it, or you know, maybe they try to get your attention and you won't really notice because you're not thinking like that. So yeah, I don't think it's entirely definite that it will definitely go away, but I think it's highly possible. Shooter says, will I be able to heal and work on my inner soul darkness and create myself as a more pure soul of whom the divine can feel proud of in this lifetime? Yes, but I also feel like you're already on that path, you know? I do feel like you're already on that path. Miss Venus, Oh wait, John, is he a spiritual person? You mentioned in your vision a feeling of him feeling like we are destined to meet. It feels kind of like he has a lot of spiritual beliefs and agrees with a lot of spiritual kind of things, but I wouldn't say he labels himself as spiritual. I wouldn't say that. Miss Venus, yes, I feel a bit surrounded and like hearing the frequency change around me, almost a bit lightheaded. I'm glad my guides are closer to me. Yeah, it is good. You know, I do feel like they help a lot with that. Firebird says who was Scorpio spending most of his time with last week? Seems to be someone that he met online. Jacob, hello, welcome. Sereni, my friend was in a 4-year relationship and then got cheated on. He was married 3 months later to the 17-year-old who he cheated with, now expecting a baby. Why did this happen to her? What's the lesson? Yeah, so it's a lesson of there's a lot of things that come into it when you're in a relationship like that, and then you find something like this out. So we have lessons of discernment, lessons of thinking back, did I get intuition about this at any point? Did I ignore it? It helps you to strengthen your intuition when you realize that you've ignored it and you realize that you should listen to it. But there's also things like strength. So getting over something like this, or having the strength to walk away from something like this, is a highly important emotional lesson here on Earth. We do have to learn that. You're welcome. Miss Venus, why did I feel a random nausea earlier today? I feel like it's linked to this situation. I think it's linked. Jacob, you're very welcome to ask questions. Firebird. So I meant did Miss W go to our boss R that she did my work, or she came up with my ideas in regards to the project I've been working on? I guess a yes on that. I feel like it's more like subtly, indirectly trying to give the impression that's her work. Yes. Jacob, everyone subscribe to her. Get her to. I have 1,000. I'd like to get to 2,000. I think I have 1,700 and something. Seremi says, what does my boyfriend have to look forward to this year? But I still appreciate that. I do appreciate that. I would love to get to 2,000. What does my boyfriend have to look forward to this year? Okay, so that's a bit too open. It's too broad, asking about the whole year. Shweta, currently which chakra of mine have I activated up until now? How much am I spiritually awakened? Okay, that's a difficult question. But what I would say is, we all have different levels of activations and openings and balancings of our chakras throughout our lifetime. You definitely will have had activation at least once in every chakra by now, certainly, especially with the path that you're on. It's just, which chakras are not as balanced, which chakras don't take healing or positive energy or activations as well as others because they need work on. So I can check that. I feel like for you it's more sacral and root that need work. But I feel like you're pretty spiritually awakened. I feel like you're pretty, resonating with your path, if you will. So Aaron says, when will I meet the man of my dreams? When will I meet the man of my dreams? Okay. I am getting a very important prominent meeting in about 2 years' time. Very important prominent meeting for your, like, a soul family member, Miss Venus says, do I have a soulmate lined up already, or is it still in the works? If I do, physical characteristics, please. Okay. Yeah, so I'm getting like tall, average build, and pretty short hair, which is brown, is mainly what I see. But I do feel like quite a clean kind of, I wouldn't necessarily say smart, that might be going a bit too far, but definitely a little bit more leaning towards smart than just casual kind of dress sense, Firebird says, is Scorpio sneaking off today to meet Miss W? No, I guess no on that. Jasmine says, referring back to the previous question, HLS. I was saying he should come first if he is better choice. But I guess from what you're saying, Gabe Sky is great too. Yes, and you're someone like a lot of us here who are very open to a lot of different lessons, different opportunities, different experiences, and this is all part of our life path. And sometimes, sometimes it is someone who's really kind of almost predetermined on the path, almost like we have this really strong draw, we're going to get to them. But sometimes we meet someone else first and we go off on that path, and that can happen. And maybe you'll be connected back with the soulmate at some point later on, but depending if that's not the lasting relationship. But yeah, these are all, no matter which path we take or which direction we go in, we're always getting a lot of lessons and things like that. Jan says, did she crash out last night because Caden cut their time short, or did she try again to flirt and imply they are a thing and he shut her down? Cutting the time short. Sarumi says, are there any serious or important events coming up for me related to what? That's a little bit too open, I'm sorry guys. I don't do broad readings on stream because they can take too long. If we're looking just at things that are very broad and open, it can open up like a whole reading, which would just take too long. But yes, if you are new, hello and welcome, I am Venus, and this is Secret Frequencies. We're doing Crystal Ball today, with my mini Crystal Ball. And we have Akashic, Love, and Unity cards as well. Akashic, Love, and Unity. This is in Breaker. Sorry about that. Miss Venus, is that the first time these negativities attempt to take me, or have I been abducted before and will I continue to try? Yeah, I'm guessing once before as a child that you have. And it's interesting, I don't think that they will try again, especially not in this current energy. I think they were very kind of scared off. But it's interesting because I've been seeing and feeling a lot of UFO activity at the moment, especially around here. There's been a triangle craft I've seen about 3 times, and I have seen the cloaked UFOs as well, which were Pleiadian, and we saw them, I posted them. Miss Venus say, oh sorry, yes, nausea related to the situation. The negativities, yes, sorry. Firebird, is it dropping big hailstones outside? It's wind, it's just wind. There's no rain or hail, it's just wind. S. Leela, hi, how is energy between me and Lee? Okay. It's positive, but it's very, very low. It's very low, it's like you're not on the mind. It's like thought of you is very infrequent. But it is positive, it's not like it's bad, but it's very infrequent. You're not really on the mind very much. Miss Venus, let's see. Who were my guides that saved me and scared them away? Are they ET guides, angelic, or other realms? Yes, so we have ET, specifically Arcturian, at this time actually. I guess a little bit of Arcturian and Sirian, and also I would say some angelic energy as well, more about protecting you. So it's like the angelic energy is protecting you, and the ET energy is kind of fighting back, if you will. Beza, hello and welcome. Do I have a twin soul? Do you have a twin soul? Okay. Getting a no on that. Firebird says, what's putting off Scorpio about being in connection more seriously? More interested in other people. He's more interested in other people than you. Phaser says, also, may I have a card, please? Yeah, let's do Unity for Phaser. Here we are. Don't forget to like the video, please. So you have ripple effect. The choice is yours. So the decisions you make, the things that you do in this lifetime, it's going to have a domino effect, a ripple effect on the things around you. And that's the thing that you kind of have to keep in mind when you're making your decisions, is how this is going to have a domino effects on other people. So it's all about the influence, the energy that we put out there, how we're influencing other people with our own actions. Corey Caldwell says, what is next for me? Too broad of a question. What is next for me could open a whole half an hour reading. So I will pull you a card. This is for Corey Caldwell. You get mirror, see others in a new way. So not ignoring when someone mirrors something about you. So maybe someone brings something to your attention that you actually need to work on. And if someone has a negative trait and you're really, it frustrates you because it's also your negative trait, you know? So working on the things that people might point out to you that you might need to work on, you know? I'm being very open to that. We all have faults. We all have things we need to work on. Debbie Tanner, hello, it's nice to see you. I am very well, and I hope you are well. So I'll do a card for Debbie as well. Uh, uh, Unity Oracle for Debbie. Very pretty. It says connectedness. We are all connected, past, present, and future, and you have some runes there. So we're all connected, past, present, and future. Feel the oneness, feel the connection with those around you, and be happy with that. Feel the interconnectedness, you know? Maybe getting out a bit more, connecting with people a little bit more. Tricia says, what exact feelings does my sister-in-law, Sapna, have for me? I would say positive and supportive. I feel like there's a bit of supportive energy there. Lisa Lopez, hello and welcome. Will my cat be selected for the feature? Getting a no on that one, actually, I'm sorry to say. Firebird says, does Scorpio harbour hidden feelings for anyone, and who could it be? No, I get a no on that. Akashic for Lisa. Oh, you have the Ark of the Covenant, but upside down. So what we're seeing is that there's something being hidden from you, something quite important being hidden from you, and it may not come to light for quite some time. So one thing you might want to work on is your own intuition and your own discernment, because eventually the thing that's hidden will come to light, but it seems like it's not going to be super soon. So it'll be at least 3 months until this thing comes to light. So just try to be very mindful, intuitive, and discerning with people, because someone is hiding something is hidden from you, but it will come to light eventually. Jay Maya, hello and welcome. Corey, am I really not from this earth? Oh, interesting. Do we have another starseed here? Corey Caldwell, let me check. Yeah, so I do get Syrian energy with you as well. I feel like I used to have mostly Octorians drawn to me, but I feel like I have a lot of Syrians drawn to me now. She says, does my sister-in-law want loving and cordial relationships back with us? Does she care and love us? I get a yes on that. I get yes. I don't feel a bad energy from her. Firebird says, do you get energy of Scorpio and Miss W using work funds resources to arrange secret meetups? I guess a no on that. Lisa Lopez says, what guides do you pick up for me on any that comes up? Okay, Lisa Lopez. You have an angelic guide. The name that's kind of coming through is Sora. But do you feel like there's work here with Archangel Jophiel? So it's your own personal guardian angel, Sora, but they're working with the Archangel Jophiel for you. Sunshine, I'm very well. How are you? I hope you are well. Do you see me meeting my true love or soulmate this summer for Sunshine? Towards the end of summer, I get a high prominence. Let's pull a love card for you. Here we are. Oh, and you have butterflies. Very nice. Soulmates. So yes, towards the end of the summer, you may be meeting a soulmate. Mrs. Sarah says tomorrow. What about tomorrow? Jasmine says okay. So this is wild, but the guy from Gabe's, I didn't get a look at his face. He was at a distance, and when he came up to me, I had a back slightly turned, but he smelled so good and out of peripheral. I could tell he was slightly taller than me, and he seemed to be muscular. Is he muscular, and is he attractive in the face to me? That will be part of my deciding factor. Okay. I guess a yes on both of those, actually. Although I don't feel like super muscular, but I do feel like toned, you know? Anne, hello, welcome. I'll do a love card for you if you're asking what's coming to you, but you're kind of referencing love. So this is for Anne's. You have the Silver Waterfall. Okay, very nice. So the Silver Waterfall is very nice because it's about the waterfall is representative of overflowing, abundant energy, a lot, you know? And this is about love. So an abundant energy of love coming to you pretty soon. So this will be in the current or near chapter. So things will turn around. And it's, you know, it's a nice energy as well, like a cleansing and pure energy with the water. So it would generally represent that the person coming is positive to you, even if there's lessons in there. It's mostly positive. Firebird says, is there anyone at the moment who really fancies me, and who could they be? I get to know on that at the moment. It's not to say that it won't happen eventually. Anne says, what is wrong with Radney right now? I got like a little bit of a dip in mental health, like there's something on the mind that's causing like overthinking and lack of sleep and things like that. John says, I'm really curious to see if we can get either of these. What is the second letter of D's name or the last letter in his name? I don't know if it's an E or an A. I'm guessing an E or an A, I'm not 100%. Anne says a card for me, and lots of love to you. Lots of love to you too. So you can have a Unity Oracle. So a Unity Oracle for Anne's is daring difference, embrace your unique qualities. So it's embracing the things that are different about you, you know? Anything that stands out about you, anything that's kind of quirky and unique, you should really cherish and put that to the forefront, and people who resonate will gravitate, you know? So yes. And also Anne says, what is bothering all the Scorpio? Guessing something work related. Love and light from Debbie. Love and light to you. It's lovely to see you. I really hope you're doing well. Anne says, will all the Scorpio get satisfaction without talking to T, the Leo? Yes, I get a yes from that. Miss Venus says, what is it that I've been feeling in my throat since yesterday? What is happening in my throat chakra? A balancing. There's a balancing. You were a little bit out of balance. And you're, well, I think they might have thrown you a little bit out of balance. And you're balancing. Lisa Lopez says, thank you, you're very welcome. Anne says, is there any archangel around me looking out for me? Archangel Sandalphon. Sunshine says, thank you, you're welcome. Debbie says, what star family am I from, please? I do get a Pleiadian energy, but I'm trying to figure out, because there's a lot of different Pleiadian beings, trying to see which one you're kind of related to. It's definitely like star traveling Pleiadians. That's interesting as well, since I saw Pleiadian ships very recently. Mrs. Sarah, is PCH bringing me 100 tomorrow? I got a no on that, unfortunately, I'm sorry to say. Anne says, will I be able to do successful scrying with black obsidian mirror I bought? Yes, I get a yes on that. XCD says, hi, my name is Alex. When is Noah going to write or call me? Thank you very much. Love and light. I got about 3 to 4 weeks with that, so I'm sorry that's not super close for you, Alice, XCD. Anne says, how are you, Venus? I hope and pray for your good health. Stay blessed always, Venus. That's so sweet. Oh, you guys are very, very sweet. I'm very well. I'm just very scared of the weather. So I went out for a little walk around the ranch earlier, and I was like blown back. Yeah, I was blown back to the door. So yeah, it's pretty windy today. I don't really want to go out, but I do have to go to the post office in a little while. So I will have to go out. Miss Venus says also, the dream about me receiving a check with lots of money and my parents crying out of happiness about it. What's the meaning of that? Yeah, I didn't see the whole dream. I didn't get that part, so I did want to look at that. So you're receiving, that's what you received. I didn't read the part of what you received. A check with loads of money and your parents crying out of happiness about it. What's the meaning of that? Okay. So the receiving a lot of money is representative of a successful life path. So it might not be that you make a lot of money, but you definitely make achievements. It's very representative of your abilities to achieve a lot in the physical sense. So it can be money, but it can be achievements, you know, like life goals, you know, achieving things that you set out to achieve, basically. And of course, it's about the pride of the parents. It's kind of like a reminder that um, I don't know how to say, because I don't want to say that they wouldn't be proud of you if you didn't achieve things. Of course, I'm sure they still would be. But it's like kind of them having your back and being supportive and being really happy when you do actually achieve things. And that's kind of the energy behind it. It's like your achievement. Although it's coming for the post to you, that might seem like, you know, it's something external coming to you. It seems to resonate more about your own, what you achieve. You achieve that, you accomplish that. Shroomy says, did you miss my question before I asked what qualities my boyfriend and I have that make us compatible? I didn't see it. I've had, so on the last stream I did have some, it was a very, well, it was private, only very small, 3 people in, I think about 4 people in total came in to the heart chakra crystal ball, and it was still filtering out some messages. So I do apologize if I don't get all the messages, but I'm trying to get through all of them. But yeah, it seems to filter them strangely. So the question is, what qualities do my boyfriend and I have that make us compatible? Okay. There seems to be some slight differences that make a good balance. So it can be different interests and things like that, but they make a good balance because you're not exactly the same. But there's also a resonance with like conversation, like flow of conversation. Like you have really good conversations. You're very compatible in a like communicative to each other. So what I would say is keep open, keep honest, keep open conversations, keep that up, because part of your strength can really be how you communicate things to each other. That seems to be very strong. Firebird says, what are Scorpio and Miss W last badly arguing about? At work. I get work. Jan says, is E or A for the second letter of his name? So D-E or D-A? It's definitely in the first name. I don't 100% know if it's the second letter. Outlia, hello and welcome. Sunshine says, thank you. Have a wonderful night and take care. You too. You too. And Firebird, how does it make Scorpio feel when I reach out to him? Like there's an option, like this, it's like an option, like, oh, I have that option. Shroomy says, I wasn't watching live and didn't realise I missed the answer to my question about the twin flame. Is anything serious or important coming up for me? Oh, I said, why did I say twin flame? If there's anything serious or important coming up for me. That's too broad of a question. But were you the one that got the communications and connections with people is very important at the moment? That might have been your one. Miss Venus says, yes, so like meeting a friend, but it felt platonic. Miss Venus says, who are my ET star fan that currently most connected to me? Octorian and Styrian. Jan says, is Cajun just no longer wanting to meet and flirt with other girls, or is he back to being hesitant and giving in to M? Yes, I would definitely say being hesitant and giving in to M. Mrs. Sarah, you're welcome. Is the camera crew showing up at my home tomorrow? I'm guessing a no on that. I'm sorry to say. Streamer says, what area of life does my boyfriend have something to look forward to in the near future? It does seem to be mostly emotional, like connections, emotional, people, communities, things like that. Miss Venus says, is my pineal gland being decalcified and still not making much progress physically? Or still not making much progress physically? I think you're making progress. I do believe you're making progress. Firebird says, is Scorpio being emotionally guarded towards me, and why? Yeah, it's just because he sees you as an option, and he's kind of has interest elsewhere, and he's kind of focusing more on the other interests right now. So it's kind of like keeping you in his pocket. Sprinkles animates. Can you tell me about my love life or soulmate? I'm currently single and really curious about what's in store for me in the near future. So I will check the most prominent time coming up for meeting someone. Let's do that, and then I'll pull you a love card. So this is for Sprinkles. Guessing more like September, so it's not super soon, but let's do a love card for you. For Sprinkles. There we are. And we have sexuality or sacral energy. So, or sacral energy. So intimate energy, maybe some healing, because we're getting September, maybe you want to do a bit of sacral chakra healing first before you get into this connection. Because our sexuality or sensuality is very sacral linked. So you may want to work on your sacral a little bit before this person comes in September. Hi, HYB 4807, who is called Hannah. Hello, welcome. I want to know are some careers that are situated. I want to know are some careers that are suited for me. Are some careers that are suited for me. So I will see if I can see opportunities coming up on your path soon or anything like that. I'm guessing more like the beginning of next year for you, like progressing onto a career path. That is for Hannah. Jan says, if I keep up my current skin routine, will I have nice clear skin back in time for when I meet D? Yes. Okay, yes. Aries, hello, welcome. Since you stated in previous readings that my partner hasn't been faithful, can you confirm if it's been within the past 3 years? Yes, within the past 3 years. Can you also confirm if he's done it at all recently or if it was in the beginning of our relationship? Because it was in the beginning, it would be okay with that since things weren't fully official. I do feel recent. I wouldn't say recent. Miss Venus needs to clarify, there's already someone aligned for me as my next soulmate or not yet? Yes, I feel yes, there is. Aries, may I also ask my final question in relation to seeing if he will stay and remain faithful throughout the duration of our serious relationship moving forward, please, and thank you. So, if he will stay and remain faithful, okay. I would say I feel like he can do it. I feel like in the instance of like being married or making that very important decision, I feel like he would do that. I just don't feel like he's really super, how do I say it? Really super commitful. If that's a word? Committed. Oh, just skip the question. Oh, Mrs. Sarah, is Lewis visiting me tomorrow? Maybe not tomorrow, but I do feel a soon energy on that, so it's possible. He's going to say, so what is or are my current paths in love? Mostly I feel meeting this person, mostly. But I do feel like there's still a hint of Omar possibility. Jan says, when me and Dee do meet, what will be his favourite thing about me physically? I say figure, your figure. Miss Venus, is O still a realistic path? Yes, I would say so. Jan says, did anything cause his hesitation to emerge again in regards to meeting other girls, or did M just keep pushing for a relationship, trying to sway him the thing that caused this? Yeah, I do feel like M was pushing a little bit, but I also feel like he's just gone to a little bit of a kind of hermit mode again. I don't mean like he's not hanging out with people, but I mean I kind of feel like he's not really. He just wants to like talk to friends and not. He's just not super focused on that area right now, I would say. Besides with M. Yes, so I did answer the question about the nausea, and I said it was negative ETs. And then Miss Venus says, how can I ground this energy? I feel lots of energy in my body as if I'm anxious and shaky. Okay. So I'm getting petrified wood, holding, meditating with, putting under your pillow, things like that. Petrified wood, and I highly recommend it as well. I do have some myself. Sprinkles, thank you so much for answering my question. I have another question. No, ask another question, that's fine. Oh, we have a super chat, sorry. Super chat from Sid. Am I going to have diarrhea again? I'm so sorry. Just eating some Greek style yogurt with chia seeds and stomach hurts again, so worried. Okay. It's possible. It's possible. It seems quite likely, actually. I'm really sorry to say that. So praying for your health here. Firebird says, what's Scorpio's intentions and type of connection with the person he's most interested in? I just don't feel like he has long-term plans. I feel like it's more just about attraction and sensuality and lust. Miss Venus, about to go into my next session. Oh no! Do you have Petrified Wood already? Hold it if you have it. Mrs. Sarah says, thank you, you're very welcome. And will Lewis just pull up in the driveway? No, I feel like there'll be communication first. Jasmine, you said a while back the guy from Gabe's won't recognise that he tried to approach me before. So will I not recognise him either, or will I? Yeah, you'll feel intuitively. You'll question it intuitively, might not fully know. Miss Venus says, wait, negativities again, but I felt that today, just an hour ago. Yeah, I think that you are healing a little bit of their energies. So they didn't manage to abduct you, but they did manage to shake you up a little bit, I would say. Oh, I wish that you had Petrified Wood. I mean, also for grounding, maybe just tending to a houseplant for a little moment or something like that can help. It can really help. If you have any plants around there, I would just give them a little stroke, you know? Just maybe even touch the dirt. I think that's a great way as well, but I love Petrified Wood. Mrs. Sarah says, will he message on Facebook? Yes, it seems most likely. Mohammed says, good morning. How does Sophia feel towards me now? Positive but passive. There's no negative thoughts of you, but you're not really on the mind very much. Miss Venus, did they come into contact with me? Yes, very briefly, and they were taken away. Eddie says, you look so cool. Thank you. I have my unicorn t-shirt on, if you guys can see it. It's a unicorn. So thank you. So Mohammed says, what chakra already activated on me? So chakras you've had activations in. Most likely you've had some level of activation in all of them, but I will see which ones are most balanced at the moment, if that's more your question. Crown, heart, solar plexus, throat pretty good. Yeah, I would say crown, heart, solar plexus and throat. And I will be jumping off in just a moment, so I think it's nice that we're kind of naturally coming to a close, I think. So we'll be jumping off in a moment. So any last questions, feel free. And if you want a card, we have Akashic, Love, and Unity. So feel very free to choose a card before you go, or ask your last questions. And if you have not liked the video yet, please do like it. And if you are new, do subscribe. I am Venus, this is Secret Frequencies, and I do readings like this all the time. All of my information is in the description of the video. If you do want to contact me off stream, I have my Facebook, email, and Discord in the description of this video. And I also have my website, which is secretfrequencies.com/shop, where you can get things like Reiki, cleansers, one-on-one sessions with me, like readings, and I do manifestation as well, love and money spells, things like that. And yeah, more in-depth readings with me. They are very reasonably priced, and they're much more in-depth than on stream, so do feel free to check out secretfrequencies.com/shop, which is in the description of the video. So we have Sid, should I not take my night meds now if I'm going to have diarrhea again? Should I delay my night meds just in case? I get no to delaying. You should still take them. Firebird says, how does senior management view me on my performance and efforts with my current project? What will they do? There does seem to be a positive energy. I do get some kind of energy of recognition coming up as well. So that's nice. A love card for Jasmine. You get sexual freedom. So we have our sacral chakra cards coming up today. Sensual freedom. So we have our sacral chakra cards coming up. So opening, balancing, focusing on the sacral chakra, and not being embarrassed or anything about your own, whatever sensual energies you're into, however your sensual energy flows, being proud of that, and being proud and open about that, not too closed off. A card for Eddie, you can have a Unity Oracle, not a Divine Oracle. Unity Oracle for Eddie. There we are. You have the little things. Notice the blessings that surround you. So with this, it's remembering all of those little things that really are blessings. Sometimes we forget to be thankful for the little things, but we really should be. And also, it can be a reminder as well to just pay attention to small details of things right now. So if you're signing contracts or you're, doing anything that's new or different or big, make sure you're reading small print or looking at the key small details, Finance on March. Mohammed says finance on March. I'm not sure what you mean. And Acacia card for Sid. You have the Scribe. So journaling might be important to you right now. If you're forgetting to journal anything, that might be important. But writing might also be a huge part of your life path. Maybe you're someone who's always wanted to write a book, blog posts, social media, whatever it might be. Putting your word out there, putting yourself out there, putting what you want out into the world might be very important to you. But yes, if you need to keep up journaling for your spiritual journey or your mental health, do that as well. Firebird says, hope you're enjoying yourself, Venus, and thank you. I am really enjoying myself, just not the weather today. But I'm kind of used to bad weather, being from England. But yes, I am having a great time. I hope you are as well. I really appreciate that. Jan says, do you see him trying to focus on that area his love path again? And when do you see him pushing her away? Because he's mostly made up already that he doesn't want her as a girlfriend. At the moment, I don't feel the energy of pushing her away. At the moment, the energy feels pretty good between them. But I would also say that focusing on the love path is definitely not something that's rarely going to be on his mind for a while. I'd say at least 5 weeks or so. Mohammed says, I appreciate your amazing readings. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate you coming on to stream. Shweta says, what is my brother Ankit currently feeling for me? The energy that comes through most, I would really say, is like wishing you well, hoping things go well for you. Sprinkles, I have an animated storytelling channel, my passion project. I've been working on it for a while now. Can you tell me when it will start to take off, or if it's even going to work out for me or not? Well, best of luck, and it sounds great. If anybody does want to check that out, if that is your channel, Sprinkles Animate, then yeah, if anyone's interested in that, go ahead and click on that person's profile and check that out. But let's see when it will start taking off, or if it's even going to work out for me. Okay. I feel like you have a good opportunity if you keep it up quite regularly and you're quite frequent and you're quite attentive to it. Towards the end of the year, you could see more better improvements, if that makes sense. Jasmine, you're welcome. You're so welcome. Jan says, do you see me losing weight before I meet D, and how much? Yes, I would say only a small amount, but I do say yes. I'm housing my arm the way I'm sat. I'm sorry. I have to move. Right, okay. Sarumi says, I felt so resonated with your answer about what makes my boyfriend and I compatible. My jaw dropped. Thank you and well done. Oh, you're so welcome. That's because me and you are quite connected. We resonate quite well. So I can feel that. Firebird says, one more. Will my boss all realise I'm much more competent and skilled than Miss W? Yes, I get a yes on that. Although I do feel like it won't be super soon, but I do feel like yes. Eddie says, what sort of life lessons will I learn with my Saturn and Aries South Node in the 7th house bring to light this year? Okay, so lessons you will learn with that. Okay. So what I'm really getting through is lessons of when you need to take control and be in charge. It's kind of, I talk about us shifting from the student and teacher role. So it's like when you're more knowledgeable about something, that you're in the teacher role, and you need to really step into that power and be very confident with the fact that you can spread knowledge and you have knowledge to spread. You have to be very confident about that, but you also have to recognize when someone else has more knowledge than you, and then you take that student role, you listen, you take on their knowledge, and just be mindful about shifting between those two roles, the student and teacher. But I do feel like the lesson with you, it is more about the teacher role at this time. So knowing when you need to take control, knowing when you are more knowledgeable, knowing when you are the teacher role, and just being confident with that, confident with your own abilities to be in the lead sometimes. And that was for Eddie. Shweta says, how is US treating you? Summit lives in US too, Tampa, Florida side. Not in contact with him, or else I would have asked him to take you out and explore. Amazing. So there is somewhere I really want to go in Florida, Coral Castle. I don't know if I will get there on this trip, because this trip's a little bit planned. I have LA, I have New York, I have some ski trips to do in Reno. And I'm meeting, like my boyfriend's family and things like that. Or friends and family. So I'm kind of going with the flow here, which is why I'm not always, I'm not as active as I want to be at the moment, but I am working on that. But yeah, it is really great. I'm having a great time. It's just a shame about the weather today, that's all I would say. But it's a typical English thing to moan about the weather, But I greatly appreciate that, and I would love to visit Florida at some point. Kind of hoping I can make my way to Coral Castle on this trip, since I am here for so long. We'll see. We'll definitely do a video or stream when I'm at Coral Castle. Pratham says, the description of a beautiful full moon over calm pearly waters is still not enough to describe your beauty. Oh, oh my god, that is very, very sweet. Thank you, I greatly appreciate that. Thank you. Shweta, that is also very sweet. Oh gosh, I don't think YouTube likes me and Miss Venus connecting right now. Is there someone, guides, or who is here with me? I'm hearing the difference in vibration in the room. I feel it strongly. Okay. Yeah, I definitely feel like a female Octorian is with you right now at this moment. Yes. Miss George Bell, hello, welcome. Eddie says weather is terrible in Ireland as well. No snow though. Oh yeah, that's the thing. It's like, if it's going to be bad weather, can it be a lot of snow? I agree with that. So, but yeah, I'm really sorry if you're having bad weather as well. We'll just have to stay indoors today. But yes, so Miss George Bell, if you have a question, you're very welcome to ask it, since you haven't asked one and you just jumped in a little bit late. But other than that, if you don't get a question from George, I will be off. So love, light and blessings to each of you. It's been really amazing to connect with you for an hour here, and I hope to see you again soon. I hope you subscribe. I'm kind of looking into what I should do next for my next reading. We have matchstick divination, we have bone reading. I'm going to try to do aura reading at some point. We have members channeling coming up. We have more members streams coming up for the last few days of February. And yeah, I'll just go. I'm mostly doing my best with member streams for the end of February, the last few days of February. But I will be on with. I should be on with the crystal ball at some point, especially since I have a few other cards now. Miss Jo Bell says, "Can I ask if you feel if Ricardo is my actual soulmate?" Okay. I get a strong energy with this as like a karmic connection. It feels like you have lessons to learn together, but this person definitely is a part of your soul family. I do feel like there's a lot of potential between you two as a connection. Miss Venus, you're very welcome. I hope that YouTube does something about this, because it feels like it's always like one person. Like last time I was doing bone reading, I think, or something. No, matchstick. And everybody's questions were coming through except Sarumi. So Sarumi messages me on Discord, like my questions aren't coming through. So YouTube was picking on Sarumi last time, and now it's picking on Miss Venus. So I'm really sorry about that. I am really sorry about that. But I will, yeah, I'm going to be on as much as possible for the last few days of February, because I will be on the road trip to LA soon. So I will try to stay as connected as possible, and I I honestly promise. Oh, so really? So I honestly promise to just keep trying to keep it open. Like for members as well, if you do feel like you didn't get enough one month, or you have like any questions or issues or queries, always feel free to contact me. Always willing to help. Any of you, but especially if you are are members, of course, because you're supporting the channel. So great appreciation to that. So yeah. So yeah, apologies to Sarumi and Miss Venus. Targeted individuals, oh no. Kerwin Roberts, hello and welcome. Sorry to just catch you as I'm jumping off. But guys, even if you didn't have any questions answered, or not many, do subscribe, because I will be back on as much as possible. I'm sure I will catch you at a better time at some point. Love, light and blessings to each of you. I will come to India. I will definitely come to India at some point. I'm not sure exactly when it will be, because I'm here in America until February, March, April. Then in May, I'll be in Germany. And in June, I'll be going to Bosnia. So I'll have to plan something maybe next year, or a little bit later at least than this year. But I will do my best. I do want to. India and Canada are on my list for meeting clients. And of course, if I don't meet you here and you're from the US, I will definitely be back. I should be back in the US around July, August time. I don't know how long for at that point, but probably be at least 2 months. June or August. So if I don't get to meet you this time, if you're from America, hopefully I can meet you next time. So, yes. And I will get to India and Canada soon, I'm sure. So love, light and blessings to each of you. I really hope to see you soon. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or sleep, whatever you are doing now. Love, light and blessings. And shout out to Sid for the super chats as well. Greatly appreciated. It's just reading that comment. If you come to India, Taj Mahal will be the second most beautiful thing after you. That's very sweet. That is very, very sweet. Thank you. You're very sweet. Thank you.